Hi everyone, welcome to another episode related to communicative and functional English. In this episode, we will talk about diminutives and derivatives, word foundation and jargons of registers. I am Himani and our subject expert is Ms. Ishita Jain from IP University. In today's session, we are going to cover diminutives, derivatives, word foundation, jargons of registers. A diminutive is a word form or suffix that indicates smallness. The English language usually forms diminutives by suffixing y or ie, often to a reduced form of the source word, as in hanky for handkerchief, doggy for dog, and Tommy for Thomas. But we also useette as in stote and kishinet. A diminutive word or suffix is usually used in describing something small, often with the added suggestion that it is appealing or lovable in some way. As in the above examples where Thomas can be called Tommy. The word diminutive is derived from medieval Latin diminutivum, and its first known use was in 14th century. There are a number of ways to alter a word and turn it into words or affection of words, diminishing the size of the object or even belittling a person or things. Some of these ways are 1. Aster, aster. This generally pejorative suffix denoting resemblance was common a couple hundred years ago, but is rare today. The only well-known surviving instance is poetaster, a word describing an inferior poet. Second, culeque. This ending, sometimes with the letter C omitted, is common in medical and scientific vocabulary. Capsule and molecule are common examples. Animalcule, referring to minute organisms such as bacteria, is rare in lay usage. Third, culus, culus. This direct borrowing from Latin is rarer than its French field counterpart. Calculus is perhaps the best known form, though homunculus, little man, is another such example. Fourth, el. This unassuming French diminutive appears frequently in ordinary language. Chapelle and tonnelle are only two of the many examples. 5 and 6 are ella, ella, and ello, ello. The feminine form of this Italian suffix is best known as part of Cinderella's name. Among objects, novella is perhaps the most familiar usage. When appended to a person's name, ella is often used in forming the scientific name of a species of bacteria, as in Salmonella, the legacy of 1de salmon. The masculine form is seen in bordello. 7th, elle, la. This rare suffix occurs in organelle. 8th, en. This suffix denotes a small or young form, as in kitten, though chicken is a reverse example. Originally in Old English as sissin, the term for adults was fowl and chicken denoted a young bird. It also refers what something is made of, as in woolen. 9th, erel. As with rel, words ending in erel are sometimes pejorative, as in doggerel. 10th, ers. This diminutive does not literally suggest a reduction in size. It's employed in coining slang such as bankers and preggers. 11th, ster. This diminutive refers to a person who does or is what the root word indicates. Gangster and bankster, the recently coined sardonic extension in reaction to the perceived criminality of large banks, and youngster. 12th and 13th are et andette, that is et and ete. The masculine form of this French diminutive appears in such ubiquitous words as facet and wallet. The feminine form of et, more common in English than masculine form, is seen in words such as cigarette and kitchenette. 14th and 15th are etto, etto, and etti, etty. The singular and plural Italian equivalents of eth are evident in borrowings from that language such as amaretto and spaghetti. 16th, ie, e. Words with this suffix are from English as in doggy, Scottish for example laddie, or Dutch such as cookie, or diminutives of personal names as in Charlie. 17th, il, that is ill. Words ending in ill such as codicil and pencil came to English from Latin through French. 18th and 19th are illa, illa and illo, illo. This Spanish diminutive appears in such words as vanilla and cigarillo. 20 and 21st are illus, illus and illi, that is illy. This Latin form is rare, confined in usage to bacillus or bacilli and lapillus or lapilli. 22nd is ine, that is ine. This French diminutive is on display in figurine, tambourine and the like, sometimes as with linguine. Words so appended derive from Italian. 23rd, 24th and 25th. ina, that is ina, ino, that is ino, ini, that is ini. These feminine and masculine forms of Italian or Spanish origin are shown in Marina, Palomino and many other words. The plural form ini is most associated with food, that is panini, zucchini. 26th is ing. This English diminutive generally appears in references to fraction or parts, as in farting or tithing. 27th, ish. This suffix can be added to almost any noun or create an adjective noting the connection or similarity of one thing to another. English, greenish. 28th and 29th, that is ita and ito. Spanish words including the feminine form ita such as fajita and ito, burrito for example, have been borrowed into English. 30th, kin. This Dutch diminutive is usually found in obscure words like cannikin, but napkin survives in general usage. Mannequin, more common than the Dutch-derived mannequin, is the only French derivation to be used widely in English. The plural form is often attached to given names to form an affectionate diminutive. For example, mollikins. 31st, le. Words with this ending can either be of Latin origin such as article or particle, which like particular stands from particula, or from Middle English bundle or puddle. 32nd and 33rd, let, lette, let. These forms, respectively indirectly and directly borrowed from French, are seen, for example, in bouclette and roulette. Omelette was formerly written as omelette. 34th, ling. Words formed with this diminutive are generally but not exclusively affectionate. Darling, duckling, but underling. 35th, o. This diminutive can be endearing or belittling. Kiddo, wacko. 36, ock. This form from Old English is best known in the plural usage buttocks, but it's also recognizable in hillock, mattock and other words. 37th, ola. This artificial suffix is seen in slang, payola, or current or former brand names, respectively Victrola and granola or pianola. 38th, ole, ole. This rare French suffix appears in casserole. 39th and 40, olo, olo and oli, that is oli. Piccolo, borrowed from Italian by way of French, is a double diminutive because the root word means little. Ravioli includes a plural form of olo, olo. 41, olus, that is olus. This Latin diminutive shows up in scientific terminology from Latin, such as nucleus. 42nd and 43rd, OT, that is oat, OTTE, that is oat. These French endings are rare in common nouns Harlot, Colotte, but are seen in given names like Charlotte and Margot. 44th, REL, rel. This more common variant of RL is often but not always pejorative. Mongrel and scoundrel but not kestrel. 45th and 46th, SIE, that is C, or SY, sigh. The first variant of this baby talk slang is found, for example, in footsie and onsies, while the second appears in tinsy, winsy and the like names like Betsy. 47th, ULA, ula. This Latin suffix shows up in formula, spatula and other words. 48th, ULE, Yule. This diminutive found in granule, nodule and other words comes directly from Latin or indirectly from it through French. 49th, ULUM, ulum. This Latin suffix appears in such words as pabulum and pendulum. 50th, Y. This form, with doubling of preceding letter, is seen both in diminutives of given names such as Bobby and Patty, and in words like puppy and mommy. For example, Matty, I've got some very good news for you. Matty is formed from the name Matthew. Definition. In morphology, derivation is the process of creating a new word out of an old word, usually by adding a prefix or suffix. Etymology, late Middle English in the adjective sense, having the power to draw off, and in the noun sense, a word derived from another. From French, derivative, IVE, from Latin, derivativus, from deriver. Suffix or is used to form noun. An actor is a person who acts in play. For example, Shilpi Marwa is an actor in the play, A Woman Alone. A collector is a person who collects things such as stamp. Ram is a collector of the antique items in the market. A demonstrator is a person who demonstrates. His son Louis, from 1677 to 1743, was appointed physician at the Hotel Dieu in 1710 and became demonstrator of chemistry at the Jardin du Roi in 1731. Suffix ful, full, is used to form adjectives. For example, beautiful, she is a beautiful woman. Careful, be careful what you wish for as it might backfire. Doubtful, she was always doubtful about herself and thus questioned every decision she took. Peaceful, the peaceful environment calmed her nerves. Powerful, he knew the most powerful people in the country and could always have his ways with the law. Skillful, Rohan is skillful with words and writes beautiful poetry. Useful, she always came up with a useful idea to come out of every trouble. Forgetful, being forgetful is one of the worst traits he had within himself. Suffix y is used to form adjectives. For example, bloody. He dabbed a bloody cuticle as we discussed how to handle the call. Cloudy, she thought it cloudy for there was a little light this morning. Dusty, it took her mind back to childhood memories of barefoot stroll down dusty lanes. Funny, he found it funny for his own reasons. Grassy, the courtyard bordered a small grassy park of which several trails ran from the grassy area into the still dark woods. Handy, all that education might come in handy if we have trouble. Hilly, the surface of the township is generally hilly and rocky. Muddy, The roads were muddy and they went slowly. Rainy, it was a warm rainy autumn day. Salty, he shivered at the taste of night blooming flowers and the salty ocean on the cool breeze. Stony, its waters are lost in the arid stony plateau of the soil. Sunny, the day was sunny and warm, so a lilac-colored sundress was her choice. Windy, winnowing is performed by throwing up the grain on windy days. Prefixes, miss, M-I-S. For example, miscount, misinform, misuse, mislead, mismanage, misplace, misprint, mispronounce, misread, misspell, mistake, misunderstand. Prefixes, dis, that is D-I-S. For example, disagree, disarm, disclose, disconnect, dishonest, dislike, disobey, disorder, distrust, discontinue. Suffix en, that is n, is used to form verbs. For example, brighten, make bright, broaden, make broad, darken, make dark, fatten, make fat, harden, make hard, lessen, make less, redden, make red, sadden, make sad, shorten, make short, soften, make soft, sweeten, make sweet, thicken, make thick, weaken, make weak, whiten, make white, widen, make white. Suffix ment, that is meant, is used to form noun. Suffix meant is usually put after verbs. For example, 1. Agreement. The agreement has been made, therefore both sides have not fought anymore. 2. Arrangement. The arrangement of sentences cannot be understood. 3. Development. The development of electronic technology in our country runs very fast. 4. Enjoyment. You will get a lot of enjoyment if you watch that movie. 5. Disappointment. If you do something wrong, you will soon feel disappointment. 6. Improvement. Your car needs improvement because it can't run well. 7. Management. The management of this English course is very good. 8. Movement. Please see the movement of my hand. 9. Requirement. Do you know the requirement of being pilot? 10. Treatment. This patient needs special treatment because he is seriously ill. 11th. Appointment. The appointment of John to be a captain of the class makes me happy. 12th. Assignment. My teacher gives me a lot of assignment. 13th. Government. The system of government of this country is good. 14th. Measurement. The measurement of this house will be done the day after tomorrow. 15th. Payment. I will complete the payment of my house tomorrow. 16th. Statement. Your statement really hurts me. 17th. Announcement. You can see the result of the exams at announcement board. Suffixes ity, that is it, is used to form noun. Suffix it is usually put after adjective. For example, 1. Certain, certainty. Certainty is needed when you love a girl. 2. Electric, electricity. Electricity is needed by everyone nowadays. 3. Irregular, irregularity. His irregularity in studying makes his mother angry. 4. National, nationality. Her nationality is Indonesian. 5. Uncertain, uncertainty. The uncertainty of the weather makes me afraid climb the mountain. 6th, possible. Possibility. There is possibility that Tina doesn't attend my birthday party. 7th, probable. Probability. Is there any probability that this theory is right? 8th, rapid. Rapidity. His rapidity in doing the test surprises everyone in the class. 9th, real. Reality. Whether we like or not, we have to face the reality of life. 10th, able. Ability. He has a unique ability, therefore it makes everyone surprised. Suffixes ness, that is ness, is used to form noun. Suffix ness is usually put after adjective. For example, 1. Bitter. Bitterness. The bitterness of her experience has taught her to be more careful now. 2nd, bright. Brightness. Some people prefer brightness in color while some other prefer dark ones. His brightness in math makes him get scholarship. 3rd, clean. Cleanness. The cleanness of your clothes surprises me. 4th, conscious. Consciousness. The accident has caused him to lose consciousness for several minutes. 5th, dark. Darkness. We cannot see well in the darkness. 6th, eager. Eagerness. His eagerness to know about English makes his mother send him to the English course. 7th, forgetful. Forgetfulness. Your forgetfulness makes me wonder. 8th, good. Goodness. I think there is some goodness behind his rudeness and words. 9th, great. Greatness. A statue is a symbol of the greatness of the person for whom it had been built for. 10th, happy. Happiness. Everyone always wants to get happiness. 11th, kind. Kindness. Thank you very much for your kindness. 12th, ready. Readiness. Everyone knows their readiness to face the examination. 13. Sick. Sickness. He needs a lot of rest because of his sickness. 14th, lonely. Loneliness. I feel loneliness when all my children go to school. Jargons. Special words or expressions used by a profession or group that are difficult for others to understand are known as jargons. Register. A set of language, vocabulary, grammar, phonology, etc. suited to a particular social setting, used in particular for higher and lower levels of formality. An asset is an item of property owned by a person or company, regarded as having value and available to meet debts, commitments or legacies. Current assets are cash and other assets that are expected to be converted to cash within a year, while current liabilities are the amount due to be paid to creditors within 12 months. Depreciation, a reduction in the value of an asset over time due in particular to wear and tear. Blog is a journal written by people available to the readers on web. The activity of updating a blog is blogging, and someone who keeps a blog is a blogger. Bluetooth is a standard for the short-range wireless interconnection of mobile phones, computers and other electronic devices. Democracy. From the Greek demos, for the ordinary, common people, and kratos for power or strength. Like India is a democracy. Totalitarianism. A government that wishes to subordinate the individual to the state by controlling not only all political and economic matters, but also by seeking to control the attitudes, values, and belief of its population. Constitution. The set of a basic rule by which a country or state is governed. Sometimes includes a Bill of Rights, the ultimate set of laws to which all other laws made by contemporary governments are subservient to. Hybrid, offspring produced by combining genetically different parent. Dormant, seeds that fail to germinate even though environmental conditions are adequate. Acre, the unit most commonly used to measure farm and ranch land in the world. An acre is 43,560 square feet or 0.4048 hectares. To convert acres to hectares, multiply by 0.4048. Bail, the release prior to trial of a person accused of a crime under specified conditions designed to assure that person's appearance in court when required. Also can refer to the amount of bond money posted as a financial condition of pre-trial release. Verdict, the decision of a trial jury or a judge that determines the guilt or innocence of a criminal defendant or that determines the final outcome of a civil case. Witness, a person called upon by either side in a lawsuit to give testimony before the court or jury. Crime, a deviation from the social norm that is of such magnitude as to go beyond what would be considered bad manners or odd behavior. For example, killing someone is a crime. Racism, harmful prejudice, discrimination and or persecution based on presumed ethnic or racial differences. Rituals, stylized and usually repetitive acts that take place at a set time and location. They almost always involve the use of symbolic objects, words and actions. For example, going to church on Sunday is a common religious ritual for Christians around the world. Incest taboos, rules prohibiting sexual intercourse with close relatives. The prohibition includes at least members of one's nuclear family and may extend to more distant relatives in some cultures. In today's session, we have learnt about the different jargons, diminutives and derivatives. We hope that the students will be able to learn them and use these words in their day-to-day language. That is